What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is a really fun day. I was able to get new tires for the fat bike. I've had that fat bike for a few years, tires are wearing out. I've been commuting every day and just kind of wearing those tires down little by little, and they're not good enough to go out on a good trail ride, especially in the snow. And since we just got a nice storm, they're getting ready to groom all the trails up at the parks in the mountains. I am itching to get into the mountains and ride my fat bike in the snow. Not to mention teach Haley, Andrew, and Christine how to ride with me because they've never ridden a fat bike. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Today, we're gonna change out these tires. I'm gonna take you along, show you all the details, and we're gonna get this done so that we can get out into the mountains. Okay, so we got the tires off. Let me show you what we're working with here. This is the old tire. If you can kind of see the profile, you'll see just the knobs are pretty worn down here. This is, I think, a 5-year-old tire. I think these tires are original to this bike, and this bike's a 2015. But in the true spirit of the Frugal Fit family, I got these tires for less than half off. For more than half off? Less than half. I got them for like 40% of the cost. Typically, these new tires are about $110, $120 a piece, which is really expensive for a bike tire, in my opinion. But I found them for $50 a piece. And so I bought them. This is a Mathis Minion FBR, and this is one of the best tires on the market. And I have never ridden with a Mathis tire, and I am stoked to get these on. So let's jump right in and get these old tires off. Just a quick little backstory. I ruined one of these tires when I first got this bike 3 years ago or so, and I couldn't find tires anywhere for cheap. And so I found a replacement tire on eBay for like 50 bucks, and it arrived and it was filled with thorns. I had to go through the inside of the tire with my hand and needle nose pliers and pull out thorn by thorn by thorn so I didn't ruin a tube. So I don't recommend buying tires on eBay. This is what the inside of the fat bike rim looks like. It's just got this extra tape here to help seal and protect it from the rim. The rim can get kind of sharp. It's got all these holes cut out of it to save on weight, and so that tape kind of saves on that. These could be tubeless rims. I'm pretty sure they're tubeless compatible. I just haven't felt like converting this to tubeless yet. So I'm gonna put the tube back in, put the tire back on, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, a couple quick things about these tires. It does matter what direction you put them in. They're only meant to go one direction. Rotation right there. So this direction is forward. And I know that this wheel has the brake on the left, and so that should be my direction right there. One thing I've learned about these tires is you really have to get the middle of the rim is so much wider that you have to make sure the outside bead of the tire sits as close to the edge of the rim as possible. Otherwise, it just takes up too much space and it's too tight. So once I've got that on, I can start to put the tube in, and we'll be that much closer. That is it, man. Look at those tires. Let's get in here nice and close so you can see how big those lugs are. That should help me grip in the snow much better than I have been. Yeah, I am super happy. All right, guys, that is step one. We got the bike done, and I am stoked. We can now get out and go and ride. But there's actually one more thing we're missing. I gotta show you part number 2. Right behind me is the second part of this video, which is actually my quick little surprise. It is a new fat bike. I picked this one up just a couple weeks ago. This is what I'm calling the buddy bike. I needed an extra person to be able to come with me. Too many times I'm the only one that likes to fat bike, and so I got an extra bike for someone to come with me so I'm not by myself in the woods. I really don't like going to the mountains by myself. It's kind of like the cardinal rule. You just don't go out in the backcountry by yourself. Now, I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that, but that's my safety feature. I bought this bike, it's used. This one was $400 on the Facebook Marketplace, used. But if you look at it, I mean, the tires are in great shape. These tires are not quite as wide as my other bike, but I still think they're gonna be just fine for what we're doing. And this is just gonna be absolutely spectacular. Now, I can take and I can train Haley or Andrew or even Christine to come ride with me. So we've got some really cool backcountry in the winter to show you. It's really fun to be out there in the middle of the snow, riding a bike, when everybody else is on cross-country skis and you zip past them. All right, day 2, we're working on this other white bike, and we know we have a front brake problem. The brakes seem to be contaminated. And here's how I know. You get on that bike and you ride it, and you grab a fistful of brake, and what happens?
It doesn't have much stopping power.
It doesn't really do much. So we've taken and we've pulled the brake pads out, and as we pulled them out, we noticed that it was super greasy. That confirms my suspicion that they're contaminated. There's just so much grease around these brake pads, it's not really good. So we're gonna try to clean up these pads. We're gonna take the rotor off, because usually once your brake pads are contaminated, the rotor is too. So we'll take the rotor off, take the brake pads off, and then we're gonna boil them, and then I think we may even bake them, just to see if we can get them completely cleaned up. And then we'll also come back here into the brake assembly, we'll clean it up really good, then we'll try it out. We'll cross our fingers and hope that it works, right? We got the rotor and the brake pads out of the pot, so they're done boiling. They're nice and clean. We're gonna put them back on and take them for a quick ride and see how good they stop. Before we forget, we want to introduce you to the bikes. This is Fat Mike, the fat bike. And Andrew, what's yours called?
Thick Rick.
We have Fat Mike and Thick Rick. We made it to a nature park not too far from our house. This is definitely not a groomed trail. How you doing?
Good.
Did you forget how much of a workout the fat bike is?
Yeah.
It's a little brutal, huh?
Yeah.
Like riding through really, really bumpy sand.
Yeah. Wait, oh, it's right there.
But listen to how quiet and pretty that is. Oh, it's not bad. I thought it was good. Stop. I think that's because your tires are still a little too much air in them. Nice job, champ. All right, champ. First ride in, what'd you think?
The trails aren't groomed.
These are not groomed trails. What does that mean?
It's really, really hard.
Yeah. How does it feel to be outside though?
Good.
We've been stuck inside for a while, huh?
Uh-huh.
Thanks for joining us today, guys. We now have 2 functioning fat bikes, new tires for me, fixed brakes for Andrew. I gotta tell you, we bought his bike for 400 bucks and it took us just a little bit of work to get it fixed up. I bought my bike for $400 3 years ago. These bikes last and they're so much fun. 4-season bikes, take them out in the snow. We've got a lot of winter trails we want to try with you guys. So much fun. Hope you guys will join us next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and we'll see you next time.